Hello guys, happy new week and welcome to today's video where I'll share with you few tips that beginning teachers may want to follow in order to adapt to life in Thailand. This is a pertinent question within the teaching community, especially for new teachers who intend to move over to the kingdom and engage in teaching. So to quickly begin, what you have to understand is that to be able to effectively live and teach in Thailand, you've got to have cultural insights besides your pedagogical knowledge about teaching. So the first thing I would suggest that you do is to learn about the culture. And culture here should be like an umbrella word because there are many aspects in the culture that you have to pay attention to. If you look at religious aspect, you have to know that the country is predominantly Buddhism. Although there are other religions like Islam, Christianity, but 90% of Thais are Buddhist. So you've got to stick to Buddhist rules and regulations. For example, you are not allowed to touch the head of a Thai. So if you're teaching, like in the classroom, you shouldn't touch the head of your students. The head is considered a sacred part of the body, so it's unacceptable if you touch the head of your student or other colleagues without approval. Another aspect you need to think of in terms of the culture is taking off your shoes when visiting the homes of Thais or perhaps visiting a temple. You've got to take out your shoes, you understand? Another aspect in the culture that is very important has to do with respect to authority, hierarchy, and of course social greetings. In Thailand, there is the Y sound sign, Sawadee Krap for men and Sawadee Ka for women. So if you're new here, you may want to just learn how to do the Y sound sign. This will help you a lot. In terms of other aspect of the system, like political, you have to understand that it's strictly forbidden for anyone to criticize the monarchy. Thailand is governed by a king, although they have a prime minister, parliamentarian system of government, but the king wields more power. So it's not acceptable for anyone to criticize the king in any form. So stay away from politics. Anything that involves politics, you should definitely avoid it. And again, you should also not abuse money, like folding Thai money or stepping on Thai money like coins is unacceptable. And let us switch to the main thing, teaching. The first thing you've got to understand is that there is no fail policy in Thailand. This is a laughable situation to many new teachers because other cultures, there is repercussion for not passing your exam, like repeating a course or repeating an entire grade. But in Thailand, they have this no fail policy where at the end of the semester or after every exam, a child is having a minimum score or grade that he or she must have. So as teachers, you will be pressurized to like step up the grades of those that must have failed in your test or exam. So bear in mind, no fail policy. Another aspect you have to understand is that English is not the first language, neither is it a third language in Thailand. It's a foreign language here. So Thai is the national language, and you are bound to meet majority of the kids who have no interest in learning English. So the way they invest in English program is different from other kids who may come from homes that encourage them to study English, you understand? So it's easier for you to come across students that have little to no interest in studying English, and these kind of students will make life a living hell for you. But you've got to adapt and understand that this is a way of life in the kingdom. And another aspect I'll quickly throw more light on has to do with salary expectation. Thailand is among the top teach abroad destination, not because of high paid package, but because of its natural beauty, culture, and food. So it's normal that it's a popular choice for many, and life here as a whole is quite affordable. I wouldn't use the word cheap because cheap is subjective. Life might be cheap for one in Thailand, but to another person it's not. So that's a subjective topic. So I would say instead, life here is fairly affordable as compared to other parts of the world. So if you come here, don't expect high salary, but be rest assured that what you will definitely make will be enough to afford a decent life for you. And if you're somebody who knows how to manage money, then you may just end up making good savings within the kingdom. And the last point I want to hit hard on is the subject that you may want to teach. Teaching English as a single subject is in huge demand, no doubt, but the competition is high. Most schools will go for native English speakers, but it doesn't take away the fact that they will employ non-native English speakers. Again, other subjects like the sciences do pay well, and the rate of teacher demand in this sector is quite high. So if you're coming here to teach, you should bear in mind that English is not the only subject that you may want to teach. There are other subjects that you may engage in, like in the field of sciences. Thanks for watching. If you have any question, feel free to reach out by sending me an email. See you next time. Cheers.